Julian, I hadn't worked with before. He sent me the book in, I think, '83, and said he was making it into a movie. I only knew his work through the Sex Pistols and a thing he did on television, a documentary he did on the media and how it worked. I think it was television. And I'd never read the book before. I found it fascinating, but not very strong storyline, really. It was sort of a list of observations around the 50s. And then he sent me the script and asked me if I would write some music for it. And I decided when I read the script that I really liked the character of Vendis Partners, the advertising man. So I said, listen, I'd love to write the music if I can have a Vendis Partners role. So he hadn't really considered that before, so he thought it was a good idea. It's not a character that I care for too much, Vendis Partners. It was kind of easier to deal with him because it sort of fooled around with him an awful lot. It's the same kind of pompous kind of character that you find in advertising. I worked for a short while when I left school for about 6 months as an artist in an advertising agency, and I absolutely loathed it. Most of the people, especially the execs, you know, and there was this fluctuating between an English and American accent that always I thought would be a good way to portray Vendis Partners. Sort of a naive idea of what the American way of life. It was just happening, you know, in England in the 50s. And I think that was sort of very influenced by the American way of doing things. So he goes in and out of American accent all the time, not very successfully. It doesn't mean you have to. I mean, I don't believe in you necessarily have to relate to the character. I don't relate to it particularly, but I enjoyed playing him because he's such a bastard. It's got two good, obvious qualities going for it. I think the music is terribly attractive. I think the look of the film is very attractive. I think that should encourage a lot of people to go and see the movie. But once they get in and see the movie, I think they'll find a fabric of social complexities that they didn't expect to find. A lovely parody of the 50s dance things. Kelly, Astaire kind of thing. More Kellys, more 50s, really, than Astaire, I think. Called That's Motivation, which is a real big number in the old tradition. I think that's a joy. It's got every prop we could think of in it. And we dance off everything. I think I'm a lot more careful about the kinds of roles I accept these days. I think in the beginning I took a lot of things, except for Manifold to Earth. And a couple of other things there I just grabbed because they were going. But now, fortunately, I'm being offered things with a great variety to them. So it's kind of intriguing to see how into it I can get.